Hey, good afternoon, evening. How are you guys doing? I'm doing a video on a project at my house. I know I did a video a couple weeks ago putting the fountain in my pond. Tonight, this one's a little different. I've got this oil rain lamp here. I got this from my uncle. So my uncle passed away probably 5 or 6 years ago, and one of the only thing I asked for if I could get when he passed away was this rain lamp that used to hang in his above his old console TV in his living room out on the farm. He lived on a farm for, I don't know, probably 30 40 years, very long time of his life, if not longer. And this was always just hanging in the corner of his house on a farm, very dirty farm. And this is how it looks. I mean, the top is just covered. The filaments, it's basically fishing line in here, has, I don't know if you can see it that well or not, just got gunk all over it. You know, there's just gunk everywhere on it. The plants are just caked with, you know, years of oil and dust and bugs and everything else, just, you know, from living on an old farmhouse. And here's kind of how dirty they are. I took a little bit of brake cleaner to these just to see what would take the stuff off, and I mean, that corner cleaned up a little bit, but I don't know if we might try to put a couple of these in the dishwasher to see if these will clean up. But long story short is I'm going to do a rehab on this. I love this oil lamp. I've seen it since I was just a little kid. I'm almost 45 and I've seen it pretty much. So yeah, I guess he's been on the farm for at least 40 some years, if not longer. So it's an old, these things are pretty collectible. Oil rain lamps. Basically what goes on with this is there's in the bottom, it's a basin of like mineral oil essentially. It's a special grade of oil. I mean, it doesn't have to be special, but they recommend to put a certain grade of oil in them. You can actually buy from, there's a couple places online that sell parts for these. Very minimal parts though. So there's oil in the bottom and a pump in the bottom. And the oil gets pumped up, assuming through one of these legs, or these spindles are hollow, and there's a tube that goes up inside. Basically the oil fills up inside the top and comes down through these little thimbles and then comes down these filaments, and it looks like it's raining. And of course there's a light bulb up there that's probably not original, but it is old, an old light bulb. You can tell by the base of it, the way it's twisted. So the oil, I know there's a crack somewhere in the base. I know there's a crack here, a real small crack. I had this open about a year and a half ago when I was first thinking about rebuilding it. But basically the bottom, you unscrew this, the bottom cap pulls off. Something's cracked in there. The motor's bad. It's plugged in right now. The motor doesn't work. I remember when I was a kid too, it took forever for this thing to start working. I thought it always had to be heated up or something to run. It's an oil pump, and it's probably original. It's probably from the really early 70s. So the oil is probably, you know, just real thick and gummy. So the motor finally burned out. So I'm going to, I know I can get a new motor kit online from one of these suppliers. They have like 3 parts on their whole website. I think the pump motor is 80 bucks. I did buy one on Amazon for like 40. So I was gonna try to see if it would work. Go from there, try that one first. We'll see how it goes. Basically, I'm gonna tear this whole thing apart, clean it as best I can. You know, some of this wood here is just stained so bad. Clean it up and get it to work and find a place for it in the house is my goal. These things are pretty collectible. I think you can get them online, rehabbed or refurbished for $600 to $800, depending on the how rare they are. I think this one's called Matador or something like that, or Conquistador, something like that. He's got maybe a sword. There's a lot of different styles out there, really widely made back in the 70s. I haven't seen, I think I've seen one of these in all my searches to find out what it was. So I'm assuming this one's pretty rare, but I don't know. The value of it doesn't mean anything to me other than the fact that it was my uncle's, and it's one of the memories I had of him when I was a kid growing up and stuff. So it's pretty neat. So that's the rundown. I'm going to clean it up, tear it all apart. I'll try to do as much video as I can. I don't have a tripod with me. I'm just going to get started tonight by breaking it down, but I'll do some intermediate filming as I'm going. I'm out here in my garage on my tool bench. Got the garage all cleaned up this weekend. As clean as it's going to get for me. I have a lot of stuff. But it's nice out. Weather's nice. It's 65, 68 degrees, and good time to work out in the garage. Thanks for watching. I'll do some edits and get some more video going as I get some more videos posted or done or recorded of this rain lamp.